What?
I did. So, as we move on,
Never
folks.
just dropped.
No, I'll tell you, it's true. Some jobs are undoubtedly worse than others, but while you might think that your boss makes your job the worst, well, just be happy that you don't have to literally walk around in unimaginable filth day in and day out. So let's look at some of the worst jobs in the world. I was telling them not now, and wasn't the worst job, but in Toronto, when I went to school, I left school, and my first job, I used to deliver. I worked for the biggest dental supply company in the world. It was actually called Dental Supply, Dentsply. And I was a driver for the company, and I used to deliver false teeth. Serious. I'd go in the office every morning, and because you know that there's a color and everything for everything. So if you lose one, there's a color that they say I want a P1 or something like that, and they would literally just put that little bag and give it to me, and I drive and deliver it. So it wasn't a bad job. You know what? I kept the car. So it was brilliant for me. Every weekend, me have a car and drive past my friend.
You put a smile on people's faces.
Anyway, the first one says, and this comes from careeraddict.com, a miner. Coal mining is one of the most despised careers that can greatly affect workers' health.
Wow.
Miners are known to have a considerable short life expectancy. We know that. As they work in incredibly dusty and toxic environments. They're also at great risk of gas explosions or a tunnel collapsing. Remember Chile?
Yes.
The 39 miners. What a great story that was, that they got them out. That was, yeah. So what's the next one?
The next one is a slaughterhouse worker.
Wow.
This job certainly isn't for the faint of heart. Killing animals for a living can be extremely depressing. In fact, slaughterhouse work has been linked to numerous mental health problems.
Yep.
You gotta be a serial killer. Speaking to the BBC, one former abattoir worker went on to describe the less than ideal working conditions in the slaughterhouses. They're filthy, dirty places. A lot of mercy, me can't read no more.
Yeah.
The more you read about it is the more you know, so I don't want this job.
Yep. We're going to go through them quickly. Promotional mascot. I'm sure you see the mascots all over the place. There's one right there.
Our football mascot,
Tiger.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you have Champsy.
No, man, they must have bun up in the clothes, man.
So you have many of them. Pet food taster. Although some people actually enjoy eating pet food for a living, it's fair to say that most of us are repulsed by it. This job involves eating really bad batches of animal products and the risk of severe food poisoning. To be successful in this role, you will need a highly developed palate and the presence of mind not to swallow anything but your pride. Pet food.
So why them not make the pet them taste the food? Why me tasting the food? The pet will respond if you not like the food, them not gonna eat no more. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Portable toilet cleaner. These brave workers tackle cleaning portable toilets on a daily basis. Using a tank and a vacuum wand. You ever go on one event and go in on one portal?
Roadkill collector. Roadkill collectors are faced with the grueling task of collecting and disposing of animals that have been struck or killed by vehicles on the road.
Lord Jesus.
Sewer cleaner. Yes,
I think, I hope everybody ate breakfast before we did this
I hope
segment.
that man make about $10 million a day.
They inspect sewers and flush out problems.
Wow.
But there's a high chance of contracting diseases. Yes! Especially gastrointestinal, respiratory, and skin condition. Me look on it and my skin starts scratching. Me couldn't go down in there.
Crime scene cleaner. That doesn't sound too bad. A crime scene cleaner is responsible for cleaning up and restoring areas where homicides, suicides, and accidents.
Yes, never bad.
No, I mean, it is bad to me if you just know that you go there where somebody just get killed. But crime scene and just wipe up the blood. I'm asking. Yeah. This one now, I don't know who would take on this job.
Me?
paint dry watcher.
Me not do it.
Watch the man there. Look for the man there.
Me not do it.
That cannot be a job.
Long as me in some cool shade, man.
It cannot be a job. The purpose is to check how the color of matte and emulsion changes over time.
No, wait.
Serious is that
No,
job?
me think you just sit down out
No.
there, but you watch the paint as it dry
And make
notes.
sure that they're durable. What can be more boring than staring at a blank wall? Look for that man. Look what is supposed to man when him done.
That's crazy.
Woo.
Odor tester, never couldn't do this.
No, sir.
Getting a whiff of bad body odor can make most of our stomachs churn. Hello. I'm going to tell you a story when I'm done. But odor testers spend days sniffing people's armpits, breath, and feet. Whew. On a good day, you might be testing the smell of a new frozen dinner after it's cooked. On a bad day, you might be testing the effectiveness of a new deodorant. Listen, I worked somewhere one time and somebody walk in. And when them walk out, the only thing my aunt could have find was a ant spray. But I figured the smell of the ant spray would have taken better than some. I don't think I could have done that job yet.
No, man, that job they're rough. This one now, this one is more scary. It's a skyscraper cleaner. You can't pay that man, by the way. There are some jobs where I lived for a long time that because they earn so much money, them can't work 40 hours for the week. So they stop them after, like they said, you can only work 25, 30 hours. Like the big tractor drivers, I mean, them get $30, $40 an hour back then. So them restrict them and say, no, you can't work more than about 30 hours. But that is just scary and dangerous. But somebody has to do it.
I think pilots can only fly certain hours as
Yeah.
well. The job, Clive, I was telling you about, there's a show called Taboo, and there are people whose job it is to where it's in India. They were the cane fields. They were responsible for chasing out the rats.
Whoa.
So they eat the rats, by the way. So they smoke, chase the rats, and then they'll catch them. And he said they die more from smoke inhalation than they do from eating the rats.
Ooh.
And then one time they cooked like curry goat and gave him, and he said it was the worst thing he had ever tasted. Him really wanted to go back and eat the rat. They live on the outskirts of the city, and their job is to contain the rats.
Crazy. And there are some also strange jobs. Back to where I worked at the dental supply.
You deliver gum too?
No, the porcelain teeth.
Yes.
They have like a pin in the back of it, like just one single little pin, tiny pin. And there's someone who just stick in that pin for the entire day. So it just goes out, tunk, tunk, tunk. Serious. I mean, and the pin is something like at the end of the pen right here. I'm serious. And that's all she does. She just sits there for the entire day and she just put the little pin. Next one. So you have some strange jobs, but I tell you something. When you earn,
a job is a job.
it's better than when you don't earn.
Me not lie though. If I see what work, I go give me the job, me. That one they tough.
You can imagine how much money you make. Essential services. In some areas you can't pay a garbage man, you can't pay a fireman, you can't pay a policeman, you can't pay a bus driver, you can't pay a teacher.
Yes.
Because they are so important.
Yes.
Make them and them decide so them not collect no garbage. And see what go on with the place.
Don't give them no ideas.
No, they're incredibly important. We're going to go for a break. Back to school medical. We take a look at that. Delia does. When we come back, 10 minutes to your health.
No, yeah, Taboo. So it's a show, you know, things. Yeah.